It's the end of day 2 of the 4th test match in the Ashes series, and it's been absolutely England's day today. 384 for 4, they're leading by 67 runs. If ever there was an example of Bazball, it was definitely today. Crawley, the headline act, 189, missed out on a double ton, most people would say, but a strike rate of 103 in test matches. Outstanding. Joe Root, I think, against the run of play was out too.
Very unlucky. He stayed
It
so
was a shooter.
low. Yeah.
84. Again, good strike rate by Joe Root standards.
Yep.
Exceptional.
88.
Nearing 90. And then you've had Harry Brook, who was in fine form last test match, and Ben Stokes, the captain, take you to stumps at I think total 79 odd overs.
79 overs and 402 runs.
Wow.
At a run rate of 5.
Oh,
5.07 to be precise.
wow, that's like
Yeah.
good old one-day cricket standards, definitely.
Yeah,
Not quite
actually.
T20,
Yeah.
but good old one-day cricket standards. But again, I'm looking at, there goes another one. I told you he's coming in today.
Gill.
Told you Virat's going to be batting. He has a chance to take the DRS, but he ain't.
No, that was clear as day out. Why would he waste the DRS?
Yep. 3, 2, 1.
Nah, we're good. Not taking it.
Yep.
Virat is also here.
No?
Yep.
You know what? When I won the bet, I thought I'll do it double or nothing for you guys. Make it
Thank
2
God.
dinners if Virat comes per person, or cancel out this. I thought I'll make it, but then I was like, leave it.
Thick edge. Clear as day.
Okay.
I wouldn't
Thank
taken
you.
that bet either.
You wouldn't have.
No, I wouldn't have. I'm not a betting person. So even this was
No,
like.
but you had an inclination that they would lose another one then?
Again, there was a little bit of a thing that, okay, maybe now with one gone, plays on your mind a little bit that you maybe want to play tentatively, don't want to lose your wicket, you end up losing a wicket that way. That's exactly what happened here.
By the way, dark
Poked at a
clouds.
nothing ball.
Dark clouds at Port of Spain.
Are we sure that's not our TV?
No, it's not the TV. It does look bad. I mean, 40% chances were predicted.
I should
today.
call up Aditi and find out better TV there. So she's like seeing
No, because it's
clear
like,
or not.
I was really looking at the sunshine in Manchester because the next 3 days are not great at all.
That sunshine in Manchester is a rare thing. In fact, I don't know if
Very.
you know. I don't know if you know this, but there's this story about Cristiano Ronaldo. His first spell at Manchester. Gary Neville used to tell the story that Ronaldo always wanted to run away from Manchester because he comes from Madeira of all places, which is very sunny. He came to Manchester where it's never sunny; it's always raining.
Yeah.
So that's
Oh boy,
The North.
I watched a test match in Manchester. Oh, it was brutal. England, New Zealand. That time it was windy. Oh, and I thought, okay, with a jacket and the gloves, I thought, okay, I'm equipped.
no.
No
That's too
way,
little.
no way. And I saw Panesar absolutely rip through New Zealand. 6 for 37 in 2008.
Out comes Virat Kohli, but whether they are dark clouds or not, we'll find out. We'll call up Aditi and find out. You reckon she'd be watching the test match?
I doubt she'd be up to be told. It's
What?
11 o'clock.
It's only 11.
But she's also a person who comes in the morning. So who knows?
Yeah.
If she was awake, she'll be watching the test match.
Probably not.
Why?
I don't know. It's
Maybe.
very, very. I don't want to comment on that. Honestly,
He's scared.
she's been at my case for
She's been taking his case. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
4 or 5 days now. So
Okay, coming back to the Ashes Test match. Truth be told, I at one point had a feeling that, especially when Root and Crawley were batting, that maybe England will look to bat once, considering there's a bit of weather about, as Siddharth mentions, 3 days of rain. But if I look at it now, 67 with 4 wickets in hand, it's not quite a situation of bat once. I mean,
No.
you could get another 100 runs and be all out. Also
Yeah.
a scenario, which is not unthinkable at this point. They could get another 200 also.
yep.
Whereby then it seems like a bat one sort of a situation. But they could very well be out for another 100 runs. But 167 will never be a bat one sort of a scenario.
No.
Especially in Manchester, if it's
Clouds
bright
clear
and
away,
sunny. Yeah, it shouldn't be. But whatever, they're still in a position where I think, I mean, it'd be fair to say, I don't know if I'm jumping the gun, but fair to say, I don't think they can lose from here because
Yeah.
whatever they do, even if they have a collapse, they put on another 100 runs, you think minimum, with 6 wickets in hand. That's 167. You're not going to lose a test match from there with that kind of first innings lead. Very rarely will it happen. And probably we won't even have those many overs bowled, considering there is a lot of rain in Manchester.
And also look at it this way, if it really reaches a point, and today we saw very easy batting conditions,
Yeah.
when the bowlers were really toiling, they were on hiding to nothing, and I feel for them to an extent, but then Manchester traditionally has always been that sort of you get nothing from the pitch, it's mostly cloud. So today there was no cloud, the batsmen were making hay while the sun shines, quite literally. So if it reaches a point where England have a collapse, Australia aren't going to find it very easy to bat either, because the cloud cover is going to be intense. So actually, if they get even another one, if they get the lead to win 120, 130, I think they'd be happy.
Yeah, but
That's bare minimum.
but I think 120, 130 is not a winnable thing. in
No.
one innings.
They'll want to get a 200 run lead at least.
Yeah. I mean, 130, you could clearly, you're still in a very strong position, you'd win. But I'm saying you'd have to come out and bat again.
Yeah.
And in that rare chance, so the other team does pile on 300 in the second innings, it's happened before.
Oh, yeah, it has.
Then you're in a bit of a soup because you're batting last and pressure and all that. You wouldn't want that.
You wouldn't want
because
that.
you saw last test match, they won, but it became very close. That's what
3
happens.
wickets,
Tricky total,
Cases.
not a very big total. Can happen, but I think right now England shouldn't be complaining, and we'd be looking at it very negatively if we say that they're in a position. I think they hold all the aces at the moment. They could very well get another 200 runs pretty easily, which would take their lead to about 250 plus, which I think is very comfortable. How they batted today, I think credit to the way they batted. Crawley, of course, was in the need of a lot of runs. He'd been having a very patchy time. In fact, knives were out. Many thought that if not for another test match or two, he'd probably have to look at somebody else. The fact that Duckett himself wasn't getting too many runs probably eased some sort of pressure on Crawley in terms of the options that they had. But with him batting, that's fine. I think the shot of the match is that reverse sweep 6 that Joe Root hit. So I mean,
He makes it a habit.
That
Remember,
man.
he hit Boland for reverse sweep 6.
Reverse ramp 6.
Ramp 6.
Madness.
Yeah. He hit Wagner also like that for a 6. Well, I mean, what's it with Joe Root? The way he's.
I think he took the criticism of him not being able to play T20s very personally. Like, I'll do it in test match cricket, a red ball.
And look what's happened. He's landed an IPL contract. Something which he never got even when playing for a decade of test cricket.
Not just IPL, mind you, if I'm not wrong, he was playing IL T20 last year for the capital side.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I didn't check the ILT20.
No, I remember because Jayad got an
Sid-
interview of his.
Sid GPT didn't know that.
No, because Jayad got an interview of him from
Oh,
there.
yeah, yes.
That's how I remember. Otherwise, I also don't remember that many players who played IL T20 in all fairness.
I mean, all these leagues which are not sanctioned, I mean, they don't, whatever runs you score, it won't be counted in your T20, this thing.
But IPL also, where is it?
No, IPL is, no?
Yeah,
It's counted in
not
T20 runs.
20s. Yeah.
Because not eyes, but
IL T20 and
Does
even the
does
current
anybody even look at those numbers?
a lot of people do. You'd be surprised.
That T20 number.
IL T20 and MLC, they can't, it will come under other T20 because it's sanctioned, it's run by the board, which is an associate. UAE and US are associate members. huh?
Exactly.
That's why those numbers won't be counted in your mainstream T20 runs.
Let's talk about Australia's bowling. What went wrong? Okay, one way of looking at it is, of course, England batting the way they did, turning on the screws on Australia, making full use of the batting conditions. I think batting first in the conditions that they got, the biggest problem or the one standout problem for Australia is they didn't bat well.
Yeah.
Frankly, they should have got more runs than what they got in the first innings, and especially with the batting order that they went in this Test match, where pretty much all 11 players can bat.
Yeah.
Is there like they've got Jimmy Anderson
Maybe
as a tail-ender.
Hazelwood. Only one.
To an
Only
extent,
one.
yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Number 10 is Stark. So
yeah, 8 is Cummins.
9 is Cummins.
9 is
8 is now because they're batting. Remember, they dropped Lyon to bring in Marsh. So
Wow.
not
They're
drop
batting.
Marsh and Lyon is out. But yeah, 8 batsmen, 8 pure
they
batsmen.
had to get rid of Murphy. Because
I
they
think that is the one thing, the one big difference, by the way. If you see the kind of damage that Moeen Ali did on day one, it's not just about the wickets. He was containing the runs as well. Australia didn't have a spinner. Travis Head was being bashed around the ground like he was a nothing bowler. At one point in 6 overs, he had given away 37, 38 runs, which means as an off spinner, you're going at a run rate of above 6.
Yep.
They just don't have a good spinner.
Cummins,
and the Pacers are getting nothing.
The major problem, Cummins.
He's been a bit loose.
6 per over. It's not as if he's looked out of rhythm or something in that sense, but the problem is the toll of playing 5 consecutive tests is now showing.
Yeah, because he's not able to do the one thing which he's good at, which is hit the hard lengths. Obviously, he's going to struggle, and there's no movement on offer. Let's be frank. Today there was nothing.
Yeah, let's see the bowling figures, Anurag.
Yeah, because see, if you look at it, 16 overs done for 93. That's a big problem, and he's your captain.
Look at Travis Head.
Going
at a run rate of 8.
Marsh, 9 overs done for 57.
But see, that's the problem when you're going with a bowler like Marsh. He did well last Test match also because the conditions were conducive to that sort of bowling. The problem will happen. I'd even include Green in that.
Yeah.
The problem will happen with. Again, they're not part-timers, but predominantly batsmen who can roll their arm over. That is Mitch Marsh, that is Cameron Green, that is Travis Head. So the problem will happen when you get a flat track. That's when you would need like your regular bowlers to do the bulk of the work and get you wickets. And the other ones can be taken to task. So I think in that balance sort of, where the Australian team went with, I know it would have been tough to drop Mitch Marsh after the performance he gave. And once, Green was fit, how do you not pick him? All of that was there.
Well, I'll give you an easy way. Promote Travis Head at the top of the order, send David Warner to the bench.
Yeah, but I think
that's
I
the
would have
only
done
other way. That's
I
the
would have
only
done
other
it.
way.
But it would have been a harsh call, and I think somewhere that they've been showing some sort of respect to David Warner, and kind of have a feeling. I think he's made it very clear the next series in Australia would be
2024 Pakistan.
Sydney.
So maybe they're giving him that respect. Though he started off the Ashes decently
Horribly.
well. No, he got runs. I think.
Got runs. First Ashes.
First Ashes, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
But
Second, third, then the broad.
It slid downhill for him, and the problem is, look, when did the Ashes turn? With Nathan Lyon's injury.
I remember telling you.
Now look, to fill up Nathan Lyon's void, you're employing Marsh, Head, Labuschagne.
But Todd Murphy, last Test match,
9.3
the conditions
overs.
weren't great for him to bowl.
And he did okay. He wasn't terrible.
Yeah.
But I think now the problem is, look, fresh guy, debutant. Not kind of debutant in the Ashes. England had a clear-cut plan. Go for it.
You know who I actually...
No, but it wouldn't have been easy if there was a Nathan Lyon bowling.
But because
Wouldn't have been easy where Todd Murphy was bowling. Maybe not as penetrative as Nathan Lyon or as effective as him. Would have been tough. Travis Head, surely if you are in a mood, you're going to whack him.
They looked to target him like crazy because they knew there's no other proper spin option. Everyone else is as part-time. Labuschagne, Smith, no one. So they knew if they go after Head and are successful getting him, then they're going to be in trouble. And can we go down and check what were Moeen's figures? I want to see that.
No, Moeen's a much better bowler, yeah.
Look at that, 17, 1 maiden, he was going at 3.8.
Much better bowler.
No, of course, much better bowler, but I'm saying this is where they could have actually benefited from having a specialist spinner.
Yeah.
And truth be told, I was very surprised that they included Murphy because if you ask me, of the 2 spinners who came to India, besides Lyon, I was more impressed with Kuhneman. Far more impressed with Kuhneman.
Yep.
Maybe different conditions. They thought, it's not as dry as Indian pitches. And
double the reason because Kuhneman had this weird kind of a wristy element to his bowling, which meant he wasn't necessarily conditions reliant. Murphy, on the other hand, very much is.
His left arm orthodox has the same wrist action. The leg spin also has the same wrist action.
Exactly. So he's very tricky to pick.
Could have,
Yeah. I'm surprised why he didn't pick Kuhneman because remember, left armers, England in particular, they do struggle. In Test matches, you look at it, Santner's often troubled them.
Yeah.
You look at it in the other sides also.
Jadeja.
Keshav Maharaj has also troubled them. So it's very.
Who's India's first choice spinner?
But
Jadeja.
maybe what might have put them off is there are left-handers galore also in the England team. If you look at it, Stokes is there. Then Moeen, Broad.
No, look at the top order.
Yeah.
Duckett.
So that's why.
Maybe.
I think that deterred them from picking a left arm. That's why Lyon knew the plan. He knew the lengths what to bowl and to counter Bazball. Why couldn't they do it in Edgbaston? Lyon was the main factor.
No, he's Too good a bowler, yeah.
They even jokingly call him GOAT, but he really is the best off spinner they produced.
He is.
He is,
no
and that's
doubt.
why.
Not having him is a big impact.
And remember, now the toll is falling on Cummins and Stark also, because Cummins has played 5 consecutive tests. He will have to play the 6th consecutive, because you can very well head into the Oval 2-2.
Yeah.
I have a feeling even a 150 run lead, even if they, knowing the conditions.
Unless this is rained off.
Yeah, but maybe even in that brief interlude, what might happen? Okay, 70% chances of rain tomorrow. Supposing they play one session, get to 150, they know the conditions, declare. Have a full tilt at the Australians under cloudy conditions.
Yeah, because then you can tell all your pacers just go hell for leather. Doesn't really matter.
Yep.
Let's take a question. Singularity from the UK says, turning point of this series was the best of stumping. From a foregone conclusion of an Aussie domination, from that moment the series took a different emotion. Everyone, including Australia, accepted, and England fight back from there on.
I mean, see, I don't know if it's an entirely turning point, but I think England did that thing where they kind of used that one thing to galvanize and motivate the team. Because they, and to be fair,
But do you think Australia, like he says,
No.
Australia also kind of knew, these are cornered tigers sort of a situation. They're going to come back.
There was only one thing that changed the entire dynamics of this Ashes, Nathan Lyon's.
Yeah, for Australia, definitely that was the biggest loss.
That's it.
Not having Lyon.
Because look at the conditions at Lords, look at the condition at Leeds, look at it here also. You would have made a big difference. 384 could very well have been 324.
Yeah. Even I find it tough to believe that that incident is the one that's really turned it for England. I think the last test match is a close one. Could have gone either way. And credit to England, they held on to their nerve, won that close one. This one, I think Australia just didn't bat well.
Yep.
In fact, that's been the trend now for the last 3 innings, really, when you think about
if you
it.
look at the
Because
last
even
test
if the last test match, I find, especially when you look at who were the 2 most reliable batsmen in that batting order, Labuschagne and Smith, threw away their wickets to Moeen Ali, Labuschagne managed to pick out the one man who's in the deep, and Smith, that shot was like, wow, and he's going for a hike early on in his innings. Didn't make sense.
And that too trapped LBW but beaten for pace.
Yeah.
This is Steve Smith we are talking about.
Yeah, but that was quick.
Yeah, Mark Wood. And one more.
That's also made a difference.
Mark Wood's inclusion.
The 2 W's, Vokes and Wood. The 2 besties, the real life besties.
Yeah. They are the best.
They are also, here's the funny story. Because England's flight itinerary, the seating arrangement is drawn by surname basis. So Vokes and Wood always sit together. And because of that, because of years of traveling in the team, they forged a very close friendship. In fact,
gone.
Oh, Jamal
what a dismissal. It's a left arm spinner's
dream
dismissal.
Oh.
For a left arm spinner, that's
Top
the kind
of
of wicket. That's the kind of wicket you want. Just look at it.
And
Just look at it.
He's
Just look at this
Rohit.
ball. Just look at this ball.
Oh boy. In the first session, that
he had one like
that
this.
line was wider. This he got it closer to the stumps.
That's a dream
And look
dismissal.
at the turn he's getting. This is day 1, by the way. Ash and Jadeja
are going to be licking their lips on the prospect.
Things have turned around. 155 for 3, 120 something for no loss, 155 for 3.
Suddenly there's a game on.
Finally,
There's a
the
game
others
on.
are getting a chance to bat. Others.
Ajinkya Rahane.
Oh, spinning conditions. His
His kryptonite. Let's be fair.
Yep.
We'll see that. Let's take a couple of questions. We've got one more. Yep. Satish B says, fair to say it was good batting wicket, but Australia showing fighting spirit. As not everyone's cup of tea to play the brand of cricket which England is playing, Marsh and Head should open. That's true, Satish. I mean, I think this is what we discussed, right? They should have batted well. But you're right that they're showing some sort of a fighting spirit now.
Yeah.
They've got those few wickets. I think what Crawley did is like really taken the game away. But I'm saying they're not completely out of it. If they can, get the remaining 6 wickets for 100 odd runs, 167 can be. I mean, if you bat well, again, there are no demons in this pitch.
Yep.
If you can bat well, you can get 300 plus, which you don't put it past this Australian batting lineup, especially with the kind of batting 8 proper batsmen. They can. So they could be in the game. It's not all.
If you want to, looking at Warner's confidence, get Head to open, get Warner at number 5. What's stopping them from doing that?
They won't.
They won't do that now. I mean, he's open throughout his test career.
But I guess this whole thing of allowing him that much time because of what he's done and what a legend he's been for
Yeah.
Australian cricket could be hurting them.
Yes.
And don't forget, this is Australia we're talking about. This is
They're
the team
ruthless.
this is the
They're
team that
ruthless with Ricky Ponting.
they were ruthless with Ponting. You can argue that they were ruthless with Clark. I mean, they've put their court level captains out to pasture. Who's David Warner?
Yeah.
And
I
also,
agree.
if you look at it, Michael Hussey.
They were ruthless with Smith also. You've not looked back at him as a Test captain candidate except in emergency situations. They've been ruthless there
And
too.
let's face it, when Cricket Australia denied Warner the chance that, okay, I can come back to captaincy, mentally he was shot.
I think so. It definitely impacted
Because
him.
it actually turned out to be humiliation. You offer the invitation
branch,
and then you
then withdraw
suddenly
it.
want to take it back.
Yeah.
Cricket Australia have been really, really high-handed in this kind of a situation. I mean, ball tampering, the whole world did it.
No, but they had to. Yeah.
That culture,
that whole thing.
Also, they lost sponsors.
Yeah,
Just
they lost
forget,
sponsor, and it became a national issue
Yeah.
where the Prime Minister got involved. He made that statement in the Parliament. After which, I think it became more about Aussie identity rather than just looking at that
One incident.
one incident the way it was. It was just adding up, and then there was a lot of backlash for the Australian team amongst Australian people as well.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
they were very upset. So you had to take some sort of an action
Yeah,
at that time.
exactly.
And that's what happened. Ikpreet Singh says, "Hello, Mark Waugh." You know that's a pet name. He says, "Do you think England will continue doing this style of play where they play in India or that matter Australia when they travel for the next Ashes in Australia?" I think they will.
Yeah, they've shown
In India, they
commitment to it.
can't. But kind of the
They will
pitches,
have to be situational.
they came to India.
Yeah.
They couldn't play like that.
Yeah, but then again, that same
wasn't
team
the
was
Bazball era.
They were in the end of on the embers of the Joe Root era. All different.
Whole different thing.
You think on Indian pitches they can play baseball cricket?
No, I'm not saying they can, but they will
The
try.
pitches that we got for the last time
Yeah.
England were here,
Yeah.
for the time that Australia were here, leave aside an Ahmedabad pitch.
They were terrible pitches in terms of batting.
You can't play baseball there.
No, I'm not saying you
You are
can.
just searching for the ball.
I'm not saying you can.
His
I'm saying
favourite-
they will.
No, they won't.
Ashwin will run riot.
And you can't.
See, if they play.
Never mind Ashwin Jadeja. Akshar
Akshar.
with his arm balls
Okay.
itself will be.
See, I want to play one test in Ahmedabad, definitely. Okay.
And this
You
time
may
they
play
won't
one
Travis
day.
Head will be dangerous there.
Oh, actually, yeah. Travis said Labuschagne will be turning it like Warney.
I know. I mean, I shudder to think if Vaughan had played that Mumbai test of 2004, he could have tripled his wicket tally in India.
Actually, yeah.
I mean, look at it. Clark took 6 for 9 on that
Yeah,
wicket.
Murali Karthik took some wickets.
Harbhajan took 5.
What is it? But India have some bad luck, no? When it comes to like part-time spinners really hurting you.
Yeah.
Clark did it. I remember.
Twice.
Yeah, twice exactly.
Yeah. Sydney. More than the umpiring, I mean, the Indians should be
India
valued.
won the test match now.
No.
The
They
Sydney,
lost
Sydney.
Sydney, na?
You're talking about Sydney, I was talking about Mumbai.
Mumbai, yeah. They won by
Mumbai
13
they won,
runs.
of course. But
Where also Clark picked up.
Yeah. You had to make a sandpit to win. That's the other thing which is prevalent in Indian cricket. Yeah, you have to
that's where
make
they
that.
got the idea from.
Exactly. Yeah, so that's why.
No, but then that pitch, that year also, that series also had the one disaster where you're giving Australia a green top.
Yeah.
Now
You went to the other extreme. Green top to a
to a
sandpit.
sandpit. Hmm.
Okay. But you couldn't last 3 balls of Michael Clark in Sydney. More than the umpiring, that should the Indian cricket
No,
team
but
should
that
have
was
adapted for.
that was cheating.
Of course it was. That
Cheating.
was the dominant.
That is the nadir that
Yeah.
But
But
Australian-
Clark didn't get his wickets by cheating, those 3.
okay, but overall that test match.
Rest of the wickets were all next
Terrible,
level.
yeah.
Next level. Ponting grasped one.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Clearly lost one, mind you.
Clark also, but at that time, remember, the Indian cricket team
And Simon's nicked one, was out.
4 times, no?
No. One took clean with Ishant.
Ishant.
got
Then one
caught.
of Ganguly. Ponting nicked one to Dhoni of Ganguly. Then I think one stumping, 2 stumpings were missed. I think
That was
Kumble
blatant cheating.
bowled Simon's
That's
stump.
like, by the way, we should do a video. Have you done a video on that, the Chinese player and that incident that happened in tennis?
I remember coming across it, yes.
Yeah, we should
that
do
she
a
was
video on
crying.
Yeah,
that. We can
because of
use
the
a
Aldo one.
bit of footage as well. Because now, and I'll tell you how to, there are a lot of reaction, a lot of players have commented now on social media.
Yep. So yeah, they can play situational baseball, Ikpreet, in India. But if it's ideal baseball, it should be in Australia. True
Yeah,
flat.
true
There
flats.
you can. There
Two
you
hard decks, yeah, you can
Yeah.
play baseball there.
Yep. You can.
No,
And
if they try, and I think, trust me when I say 1 or 2 tests, they really are going to try and play those in India.
see,
So just watch.
Chennai, Ahmedabad will definitely.
No, they will. They will.
There'll be 82 all out.
It'll be 2-day test matches then.
Yeah. IPL finals will last longer. Tests won't last that long. That's the thing.
Chalo, okay.
Yep.
We got one more question. Let's take
Yeah,
that.
Mr. Shaker. Okay, Mr. Shaker from the US is saying Gill with his hard hands, strong back foot punches and short arm jab pulls is well suited for Australia, South Africa and white ball. Expecting much better in South Africa? Hope so.
I mean, to be fair, he has a decent-ish record in Australia.
91.
Yeah.
But apart from that, just an average of 31 in tests, by the way. So there is some problems with the Prince when it comes to red ball. But the King, as we know, he's 0 of 11 at this point. He can take about 50-60 balls to get going, and then
He will have to now because you've lost 2 wickets.
Yep.
Really.
So that's why. But yeah. So tomorrow is day 3, but now from now onwards.
Oh, now you're going to be playing weather expert as well.
Weather experts, yes. But tomorrow's weather is slightly better because only 70% chances. Day 4 and day 5 is 90 and 100%.
Ooh.
My God.
That's the problem. Satish B.
There's one more super run, right?
Just nearing to World Cup. Oh no. Predict your top 4 run getters in upcoming World, and also who do you think will be the finalists? Oh no.
Oh, wow.
We already had so much this year on the WTC. Now World Cup final. Oh my God. Yeah, Sachin, you first please.
Top 4 run getters. I don't know. Run getters.
Let's go with top 4.
See, top 4. Who do you think will be the finalists? Finalists I'll still try and predict.
Just do top 4.
Top 4 in the teams, you mean, or run getters? Because these are run
Semi-finalists.
getters. Semis. I had called India, Australia, England, and New Zealand.
Pakistan, England, Australia, India.
You don't think New Zealand are making it?
I don't think they are. Because Williamson will not be there for the World Cup, remember?
No, we say something about New Zealand every year and they always surprise us. So.
No, I don't think this time. It's not happening. Although I would want them to.
Yeah.
And beat India in the final. I hope so. But it's not happening.
It's man, yeah.
I mean, why not? I'm telling you, New Zealand missed a golden chance in 2015. We are praying for India to win against Australia. Because New Zealand have beaten India at Melbourne and won the World Cup rather than the heartbreak of 2019. Seriously.
Yeah.
But these Aussies, I tell you, they had to spoil the party. So yeah, that's my 4. Pakistan, England, Australia, India. Those are my 4 semi-finals. The run getters, I'll try. Virat Kohli will be one of them. Then I think we could see Joss Butler as one of the top run getters. Potentially Fakhar Zaman.
Fakhar over Babar.
I think Babar might not. I'll try. I said I'll try. Then David Warner.
David Warner in India.
He's got a good white ball record.
Right. White ball record.
Red ball is terrible, but white ball he's got a good record.
Batters I'm not even touching.
Neither am I.
But Virat Kohli will top the list.
Let him get some runs here.
Yeah. 0 of 12. Wow.
Okay.
One more. England got more. Jayaprakash is saying England got more injuries. Leach, Jofra, Pope.
See, Jofra they've been without for a while. Leach, I don't think they're missing as much now with Moeen there, but yeah, I think Pope, because they've had to come up with a makeshift of putting Moeen at number 3.
And anyways, I mean, is he asking in regard to the Ashes or the World Cup?
Ashes most likely. When does Leach play at white ball cricket?
Yeah, I think, but still, I think England have the depth. So that's why they picked the right team, which is why I think they are going to make it 2-2, provided the rain stays away.
Yeah.
And I think in Oval, the 87-year heist is about to be completed.
Wow.
Okay, final 2 comments. Freaking awesome says Kiwis have good spinners and Matt Henry in ODI, so they have a good chance.
Exactly. The spinners are decent.
Ish Sodhi.
Ish Sodhi and Santner.
Santner. You don't have Michael Bracewell also, remember, by the way.
I remember.
Because of an ankle
Injured.
injury. So he's not there. Saudi Bolt, but again, how much has Bolt played for New Zealand that he's going to come back all fresh and okay, I'm going to give them the World Cup.
He might just. I think that's his one motivation.
But again,
2 finals, they've missed out.
yeah. Even when peak Bolt was committed to New Zealand, now he's not at all committed. So
No, now he's not. No central contract.
Final comment, Ikpreet Singh says, thank you, see you after half an hour. Hopefully India will score some runs, though the match is having some contest now, which is good for cricket.
I
Yes.
agree with him. At least otherwise this test match was heading nowhere fast.
We'll see you around half an hour or so.
half an hour, yeah.
During tea time. Bring your cuppa
Yep.
in your hand, some tea and biscuits, and we'll see you then.
Bye bye.